I'm coming to you after work hours, so I'm a little tired, but today I want to post a video that I think is important and something I want to talk about. So I'm doing a book unhaul. I'm gonna do a haul later towards the end of January because I did pick up a few books, and when I pick up more than a few books, I like to get rid of some. And I've had quite a journey with getting rid of my books. When I first had books that I decided I wanted to unhaul, I decided I wanted to sell them to a used bookstore. In my old town, that was really easy because I had one that was very nearby, but where I live now, it's like a 25-minute drive, which isn't. It's really not that far, but it's far for me. And it's far enough that I would decide, like, okay, well, I have to make this trip worth it, so I save up a bunch of books, and then I don't even want to get rid of them, like, not because I like them, but just because they're heavy, and I didn't even want to take them to my car and everything. And it was just really annoying to deal with. And the store credit, I have a lot of books. Like, yeah, I like buying books, but I just didn't really have a lot of use for it because I was going so rarely. And so I decided that I wanted to start donating my books to the library, and that's what I've been doing for probably like the last year. And I've never done like super big, like, these are all the books I want to donate to the library. It's always just been like, I go to the library probably once every 2 or 3 weeks, so it's really easy for me to like read a couple books in that time that I decide, like, I don't want this on my shelves anymore, and I just drop them off, and then I pick up the books I'm picking up anyway. And so that's been a pretty good system for a while now, and it brings a lot of like security to me, because I know, especially if I'm donating an unread book, that it's my library, so I can always read it again, you know? And my library is like really good, so I probably would have been able to, even if I hadn't donated my specific book. So I was on Twitter the other day, which is something I say a lot, but I saw this article that was published on Bookright, which I peruse sometimes, but not super consistently, so went under the radar, about the importance of donating books to prison libraries. And that's just something I've never thought about. Of course, I know that it's so, like, in a space where you're so restricted to activity, and reading is one of your only activities, I knew it's important, but I never put myself in that picture and said, like, why can't I donate my books? So I'm going to. I'm going to leave that article in the description, and I'm also going to leave, in the article, it has like some resources depending on what state you live in. So my state, they left a whole like organization that also distributes books to prisons that are in my state, but it had but I think I would have to mail them my books. So I didn't really want to mail my books out of state. It just sounded like a lot of hassle for shipping, and that's maybe not even like what I actually had to do. That just sounded what it was. And I have a prison that's really close to me, like it's like probably a 7-minute drive. I just emailed them and I was like, hey, I'm interested in donating some books to your library, how would I do that? And he emailed me and said, this is the email of the librarian, this is his phone number, we don't accept hardcovers, for I guess obvious reasons, and it depends on shelf space, so I haven't donated them yet, but I did email the guy, so I'm waiting on that, and I'm planning on donating them when, like, provided that they have the shelf space. So I'm gonna get those books. So, this is very precarious, but there's like 2 ways you can divide the books that I'm going to show you. There's hardcovers, which I am gonna just donate to the library because the prison library doesn't accept hardcovers, so I'll just donate those to my regular library. That's actually pretty close. And the paperbacks that I'm planning on donating to the prison. Why is this important to me? I don't have anyone in my, like, that's close to me that's in prison, but I think that the way that, the prison system is very corrupt, like a lot of systems, and I think that it's so hard to be a prisoner, like, just because it's supposed to be. Like, it's a deterrent, and it's supposed to, you know, it's a deterrent. You don't want to go to prison, right? But it's also really hard when you get out of prison. You don't have a lot of the same resources that we have. Like, we have every bit of information that we could ask for, you know? It's like said that it's especially important to donate books about like job interviews and like skills that are more practical as opposed to fiction. But I think fiction's also really important. It helps you empathize with others. It's like a distraction. It's just really important. And I think that these books would be a lot better served there than on my shelves. If I really don't like a book, I just get rid of it immediately because it was so easy for me to like, because with this I have to like schedule an appointment, but the library just has a donation bin. So if I really don't like a book, I just donate it like that. All of these books, like I'm looking at them, and I dearly love all of these books. But I just don't think I'm gonna be rereading them. And it's not that like specifically that, it's also that I think that it's just more important for someone else to own them than for me to own them. Like, I don't see myself rereading them very soon. Them being on my shelves where I'm not gonna be reading them and I'm not really going to be looking back on them very much, it's a lot less useful than at the library where someone who maybe really wants this book and has been waiting for it, there's like, you know, there's a wait list for a lot of books, and it makes that process easier. But also a lot of these books I think are like, when I've been in situations that I've felt like trapped or just low, that these have really helped me. So I think that they could specifically help someone who's in a really bad situation. And then oh my god. And then so that's the one group. And then the second group is books I haven't read, books that I actually genuinely want to read, but that I know I can read at the library anytime, and they've been on my shelves for so long that I just don't think I'm gonna read them like within the next couple months, right? So part of books that I have read that I dearly love, and this one specifically hurt, The Hate U Give by Angie Thomas. Like, this hurt. I did want to keep this, and I love this book. Like, this book really did touch me. But I just don't think I'm gonna be rereading it right now. And because it's hardcover, I'm donating it to the library, so, and it's also in really nice condition. I can always reread this at the library. I think that this book can help so many people, and it doesn't have to be on my shelf specifically. The Importance of Being Earnest by Oscar Wilde. To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. I also just don't like this mass market paperback edition of it. We Should All Be Feminists by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. Also really love this one. And I really love To Kill a Mockingbird. That's one of my favorite books of all time. I just don't really need it right now. The Fall by Albert Camus. I actually think I have like one of the first English editions of this, so I might take it to my library and be like, hey, kinda cool. Of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck. The Giver by Lois Lowry. Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. Death of a Salesman by Arthur Miller. It's Kind of a Funny Story by Ned Vizzini. In Order to Live by Yeonmi Park. Again, really love all of these books. I really love this one. This one was so beautiful and so heartbreaking, but I think that they can be in better hands, you know? So the next set of books I have not read. There is one exception to this general rule, and it's Memoirs of a Geisha by Arthur Golden. And I actually do really want to read this. I've read a little bit of it and I really liked it, but I don't think I can like continue from 50 pages in. But I have another copy of this on accident. Beloved by Toni Morrison. The Things They Carried by Tim O'Brien. Catch-22 by Joseph Heller. The Journals of Sylvia Plath. Obviously by Sylvia Plath, but edited by Ted Hughes, her ex-husband. And I actually really want to read the Journals of Sylvia Plath, but this is the very abridged version that Ted Hughes edited so much out, and if you look at the unabridged version, it's like double the size, so yeah. Visit from the Goon Squad by Jennifer Egan. And Aldous Huxley's After Many a Summer Dies the Swan. So, I think all these books are going to the prison library, if they have shelf space, which I think they will. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video. I'll leave like information in the description below about donating to a prison library local to you. I really hope you guys consider it. I think it's really important. Alright, bye!